have been buying these from our local grocery store. Now, of course, it's best to eat the skin of a cucumber because you get all the added benefits of that. But lately, I've been buying cucumber already cut up. My daughter likes this too. And I'll take these cucumbers out, chop them up a little bit, add some rice and chickpeas with a little sauce, shake it up, and I have an amazing meal. So easy and simple. I'm just using no salt added garbanzo beans. I rinse these, use about a half a cup. I use about a cup of rice. Yeah, so easy and simple. Today I'm not doing rice though. I'm doing this yummy brahmi bean pasta. Y'all, this is my favorite. It's high in protein. I'm not eating it for that reason. I just think it tastes the most like white pasta to me. I absolutely love it. So good. Now I'm adding a little bit of chickpeas. This meal will have a lot of protein. I'll actually calculate it for y'all and put it below, just for those of you curious. But it's so easy to get enough protein eating this way. I know I get that question a lot, and that's actually a question that we have in today's video that I will go over. This is just my healthy vegan mama dressing. I'll link that below for y'all. We have some escapees here. You want a cucumber? You want one? You don't want one. This dog is usually begging me for food every chance. Oh, Crackers won for him. Here, Crackers. Up. Here, Crackers. Try that again. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. We're doing a little vertical action here today and a Q&A. I haven't done one of these in a really long time, and I've been getting quite a bit of questions from new followers here on YouTube and Instagram about living and eating and thriving on a whole food plant-based diet. So we're just gonna get right into it. Now, before we jump into our first question, I do want to ask those of you who are new here to hit that subscribe button and stick around, because here on this channel, I love to show you how to live and thrive eating a whole food plant-based diet really easy. Doesn't have to be complicated. I thought it did for so long, but it doesn't, okay? So, yeah, make sure you stick around so you don't miss anything. It is a cloudy day, but I am still, with my blue eyes, needing a little bit of protection, so hope y'all don't mind. All right, question number one, how do I get enough protein? This is a very popular question, obviously, that vegans, whole food, plant-based dieters get all of the time, and one that I can totally understand asking. The thing is, though, is you have to get out of your mind the voices, right, that you hear, or the noise, I should say, that you hear, that we need so much protein, right? Our bodies don't need a crazy amount of protein. In fact, it can actually be unhealthy for you to consume too much protein. Now, if you're someone who's pregnant, nursing, if you're trying to build muscle, and you will need a little more protein than just the average. So then maybe you do make sure you're eating a little bit more beans or a little bit more lentils or adding nutritional yeast to things. But once that's over with, right, you can just go back to the standard recommended amounts of protein that you need. And I can go ahead and post those on the next slide for you. But yeah, I mean, for lunch, I had a protein pasta, right? They make pasta now out of beans. I had brahmi bean pasta, which had so much protein in it, with a little bit of chickpeas and cucumber. And my meal itself had, I think, 27 grams of protein. I wasn't even trying, right? So now I do want to say this. I'm not a doctor. I'm not your nutritionist, right? I don't know you or anyone watching this. So I would look it up. Just Google how much protein does a woman or a man need at this age, and it'll tell you what's required. And you'll be so surprised. If you want to track your protein for a day or two eating this way, you will be so surprised how much protein you'll get. eating this way. So yeah, I recommend maybe looking up what is the right amount of protein for you. I think for me, it's like 55 grams, which I've almost blown out of the water today, and I still got dinner left. Oh man, hands down my cheese sauce, right? Like I have a free recipe for it. I will, you can go, if you're watching this on Instagram, you can go to my highlights and I have a highlight that just says cheese sauce. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can look in the description. I have my cheese sauce video linked, but yeah, that stuff is good on everything. It is so freaking delicious. And not only that, I have a ton of other dips and sauces in my Saucy Vegan Mama cookbook, which I highly recommend. What is that noise? Looks like little baby birds. That I highly recommend if you're really interested in having more sauces, more dips that's not just hummus, right? And I will go ahead and link that for you as well. Okay, was there any health-related stuff that made you switch to this way of eating? Absolutely, that is why I switched, right? A lot of people don't switch. They don't call themselves vegan for health reasons. It's more of an ethical choice. But at the time, 4.5 years ago, I wasn't really thinking that, right? It was just, I had heard vegan diets were becoming more popular and people were talking about them for health, even though you can be a very unhealthy vegan. But anyway, yeah, I switched over to this way of eating for health reasons. I had high cholesterol. I had hormone issues. My hair wouldn't curl anymore. If this is your first time really on my channel, I have very curly hair. I had gallbladder attacks that were horrible, which is really the last thing that happened that made me switch over. I had painful periods. I had, I could go on, and none of that exists anymore, right? I was pre-diabetic, not anymore. I actually have a video on YouTube where I talk about all of the changes I went through after switching to this way of eating. It's really awesome. And I'll go ahead and link that for y'all so you could check it out. But I highly recommend watching it. But yeah, I for sure switched over for my health. And then the ethical things just kind of followed, right? Just all kinds of things. Like I consider myself kind of a hippie now. In a very non-hippie way, but yeah, I joke all the time about that, but yeah, so glad I did it. Again, my cheese sauce, there is my Healthy Vegan Mama sauce. I actually had that with lunch today. I can link that for you. There's so many in Saucy Vegan Mama. If you don't want to buy Saucy Vegan Mama, you don't have to. You can just do low sodium soy sauce or tamari and nutritional yeast. Those two things together, I am putting on my food all the time. They are amazing. Amazing. You can do tahini and low sodium soy sauce or tamari. Amazing. You can do all three of those, right? Like there are so many options out there, but those are really my go-tos. But I'll link my Healthy Vegan Mama sauce, which that's a go-to. I had that for lunch. Again, my cheese sauce and my ebook. I definitely recommend checking that out. And then yeah, nutritional yeast, low sodium soy sauce. Bam. Oh, thank you so much. I love hearing this. Not that we're picking favorites or anything, but it just makes me happy that you feel happy, right? And you feel like things are delicious and simple, because that's my goal for doing all of this. I struggled for so long eating this way in an easy way, and once I figured it out, like I have been trying to shout it from the rooftops, which is just in my nature, right? Anything I like. I try to get people to like it too. So yeah, I'm glad you feel that way, and I appreciate you sharing that with me. Yes, I actually haven't mentioned this in a while. I might have a couple slides back, might have just kind of slid it in there, but I am a certified holistic nutritionist with the state of Texas. I actually went through AFPA online, and again got certified through the state of Texas. And yeah, I'm so glad I did that. I've always really loved nutrition from an early age, and I've always wanted to go through a nutrition program. I really wanted to become a dietitian in college, but that just wasn't in the cards for me. I was in college for a while. My parents were like, let's go, get out. So anyway, AFPA, and I did the holistic nutritionist certification, and they have so many. They have coaching. I mean, you can look at all of them, but yeah, pretty awesome. I totally get this. This was me for so long, and I'm here to tell you, don't give up, right? There is an easy way to do this. And again, that's why I am here. That's why I have this Instagram page. That's why I have my YouTube channel. It is to share with you how I am able and how I was able to move over to this way of eating with a family who doesn't eat this way, right? And how I've been able to make this sustainable and stick to it. Now, I talk about these things, right, on my different social media accounts, but I really go into detail in my new online 28-day meal plan and course called Plant-Based Like a Pro. I highly recommend you just check it out, right? Of course, I want you to buy it and take this class because I think it will change your life, but at least check it out. And make sure you're following me here on Instagram if you aren't already, and on YouTube. Definitely a lot of good information there. But yeah, you have to make sure your meals are simple and easy to whip up really quick, right? That was key for me. And the way that I've been able to do that is I know the foods I like, right? And I always have them here. I never run out. And what I mean by foods I mean like staple foods. Like I always have frozen rice. I always have frozen veggies. I always have fruits and veggies I can grab on hand. I always have beans in a can. I always have nutritional yeast and low sodium soy sauce to make a sauce. And I can throw all these things in a pot in 5 minutes, let them all defrost, put some sauce on it, and I'm good to go with my meal, right? I make sure all my meals are able to be put together in really 5, max 10 minutes. Sometimes I make meals that, take about 30 minutes in an Instant Pot, but it's like one pot, right? And I just hit a button. Nothing really to do. So yeah, keep your meals simple. That is key. But yeah, it definitely sounds like you would benefit from this 28-day meal plan. And it's not like a meal plan you might have tried before, right? Where you have to eat different things every meal and every single day. That can be overwhelming in itself. This is a bit of a different approach on a meal plan. It's very easy to follow, and the meals are very, very easy. So again, I would recommend that you check this out and try it out. Because for 30 days, you'll be eating this way, following this meal plan, get into a good, consistent way of eating, build some good habits, and then you should be set, well on your way. Good luck. A little puppy cuteness break. Noodle, come say hi. This is Noodle. She's so cute. She's so cute. We love our doodles. Oh, thank you. I have my moments, right? But for the most part, I would say I love to just think about how grateful I am for my life. And just having gratitude puts me in a better mood. I love to be outside and be in nature. That puts me in a better mood. But I would say my overall thing, the reason why I think I have such a good outlook on life and a good attitude is my relationship with God, right? I am so open to listening and hearing what God has to say to me, and I have felt Him so many times in my life. I have experienced Him so many times in my life, and I just know that everything is going to be okay, no matter what. It's going to work out. It will work out with Him, right? And so ultimately that is always how I feel, right? It's going to work out. It's going to work out. And if I just believe that, right, and tell myself that, it is my reality. It's my reality. So yeah, I think that has a lot to do with it. I also love listening to music that lifts me up, right? I love music. I have to have music constantly almost, but to function. But I'm always listening to very positive music. I do like certain kind of worship music. Some of it, like Forrest Frank, I love, and some other things. It has to be like good vibe worship. It can't be like church worship. I can't do the church worship thing, but I love a lot of like Christian rap too. But I love things like I love reggae. I love Bob Marley, you know, and I just love music that lifts me up and makes me feel good. Do I ever do discounts if you buy more than one book thing? Yes, actually, I just started doing bundle pricing. So I have a recipe bundle, which has my 2 recipe books, 10 Minutes or Less and Saucy Vegan Mama. That's a pretty good deal. And then I have my beginners bundle, which actually has Plant-Based Like a Pro, the course and 28-day meal plan. And then it has the 2 recipe books in there, Saucy Vegan Mom in 10 Minutes or Less. Sorry, my alarm went off. And that deal is such a good deal. You kind of get one of the books for free. So yeah, I definitely recommend checking those out. I'll link my store so you can look at them. If you just scroll down, you'll see bundle pricing. But yeah, I definitely decided to start doing that this new year, and a lot of y'all are liking it. So thank you for the question, because apparently I haven't talked about it much. All right, that is it for me today. I hope you guys have a great week. I appreciate you watching. Again, if this is your first time here, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and stick around. You're not going to want to miss one of these videos that I have. And if you're a beginner to eating a whole food plant-based diet, or maybe you've tried before and you can't stick to it, make sure you check out my 28-day meal plan, Plant-Based Like a Pro. It's also an online course and teaches you how to live this way easy and sustainably. I will link that below in the description, and I will see you guys really soon. Okay, bye.